The air was thick with the smell of earth and blood. The clash of steel rang out, sharp and relentless, like the pounding of an iron drum. I could feel the weight of the chainmail pressing into my shoulders, each breath dragging against the hauberk that clung to my chest. They were closing in, a wall of men armored in steel and leather, shields raised, eyes locked on me. My heart thundered in my chest, but I forced myself to stand firm, feet planted wide, the weight of my shield steadied against my left arm. One of them charged first, a burly figure wielding an axe that glinted cruelly in the light. He roared as he came at me, his boots kicking up clods of dirt. I raised my shield just as his axe swung down, the impact jarring through my entire body. Sparks flew as steel met steel. Before he could recover, I turned my blade upward in a swift arc. The edge bit into his side, and he stumbled back with a cry, clutching at the wound as crimson stained his tunic. But there was no time to think, no time to breathe. Another came at me, a quicker foe armed with a spear. He thrust low, aiming for my legs. But I pivoted, the tip whistling past my thigh as I swung my sword down hard. The wooden shaft of the spear splintered. The spearman wasn't done. He threw himself at me, grappling for my sword arm. We struggled, his breath hot and sour against my face. Until I slammed the edge of my shield into his jaw with a sickening crack. He fell to his knees, dazed. And I brought my sword down to end it. The battlefield was alive around me, men shouting, dying, fighting. The ring of swords and the hum of arrows overhead blurred into a chaotic symphony. My legs burned as I moved, dodging, swinging, reacting to every threat. A glancing blow from a mace struck my shield, nearly tearing it from my grip. I retaliated without thought, my sword carving through the space where the attacker had stood just moments before. I could feel exhaustion setting in, each movement heavier than the last, but there was no room for weakness. Another opponent loomed, a knight clad in blackened armor, his sword twice the size of mine. He raised it high, a shadow falling over me as the sunlight caught the sharp, unmarred steel. He swung, and I ducked, the blade whooshing past my head with terrifying speed. This was it, the moment I would live or die. My muscles screamed in protest as I surged forward, placing all my strength into an upward strike. The blades met with a deafening clang, and sparks erupted like fireflies in the dusk. He staggered, just slightly, and I took the opening. My shield smashed into his helm, disorienting him, and I delivered a final blow to his chest. He crumpled to the ground motionless. I stood there, breathless, as silence crept across the field. The bodies of friend and foe alike littered the ground, bathed in the amber glow of the setting sun. My sword hung at my side, bloodied and chipped, a testament to the chaos I had survived. Victory was mine, but at what cost?